Welcome to David Alexander Maths Tuition. This is Chapter 1a on index laws. So what is x squared multiplied by x cubed? So when you're multiplying, let's say, powers of x, you need to remember that you add the powers. So x squared multiplied by x cubed is x to the power of 2 plus 3, so therefore x to the power of 5. By the way, nobody would ever bother writing x to the power of 2 plus 3, but in your head that is what is going on. Here's another way of looking at it. X squared, that means x multiplied by itself, x times x, and x cubed, well, that is x multiplied by x multiplied by x. So if we're multiplying x times x by another x times x times x, that's x multiplied by itself 5 times. That's another way of looking at it, but of course it's still x to the power of 5. When there's a number in front, deal with the numbers first and deal with the x's afterwards. So for example, 2 times 3 is 6, and x cubed multiplied by x to the power of 5. Remember, when you multiply powers of x, we add the powers, so that is x to the power of 8. So when we multiply, we add the powers. When we divide, we subtract the powers. So x to the 5 divided by x cubed, that is x to the power of 5, take away 3, in other words, x squared. Again, nobody would ever write x to the power of 5 take 3, just x squared. When there are numbers at the front, deal with the numbers first. 15 divided by 5 is 3. X cubed divided by x squared, that is x to the power of 3 take away 2, so x to the power of 1. Although anything to the power of 1, well, to the power of 1 is the same as just writing 3x to the power of 1 is the same as writing 3x. So generally you will never see anything raised to the power of 1. This third example, we just need to recognise that this fraction also means division. That line of a fraction does mean divide. So that's x to the 7 divided by x cubed again. So that's x to the power of 7 take 3, which is 4. Okay, so here we've got x to the power of 5 in brackets, and that is all squared. So what that means is x to the power of 5 multiplied by another x to the power of 5. And we know from the multiplication laws that that will result in x to the power of 5 plus 5, which is 10. And now we've worked this out, we can see a quicker way. Oh yeah, that would be x to the power of 5 times 2, x to the 10. Now this next example, similar, but we just need to be careful because there's a 2 in front of the x cubed. So we need to remember that 2x cubed to the power of 4, that means 2 to the power of 4 multiplied by x cubed to the power of 4. Now 2 to the power of 4 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4 times 4, which is 16. And x cubed to the power of 4, that is x to the power of 3 times 4, so 16, x to the power of 12. A lot of people would make a mistake here, and they would simply write 2x to the 12, but remember the 2, it's 2 to the power of 4 as well as x cubed to the power of 4. Okay, here's one final example. This is a question where we're simplifying. So if you look at all three parts here, we can see the number can be divided by 5. So let's divide everything by 5. So that will give us 3x to the power of 4, 9x to the power of 7 over 2x squared. So we've tidied up the numbers. Now we need to tidy up the powers of x. Now what is the lowest power of x? It is x squared. So what we can do is divide throughout by an x squared. So 3x to the 4 divided by x squared, well, that will become 3x to the power of 4 take away 2, so 3x squared. 9x to the 7 divided by x squared, or x, we'll leave the 9. X to the 7 divided by x squared is x to the power of 7 take away 2, which is x to the power of 5. And 2x squared divided by x squared will just result in a 2. Hopefully that wasn't too difficult. I guess what is important is remembering that you need every single part of the fraction when there's a plus or minus sign to be divisible by, let's say, in this case 5 or an x squared. If I had the example, let's say 15x to the 4 plus 44y to the 7 divided by 10x squared, the important thing to remember is that we can't simplify the 15x to the 4 and the 10x squared, because although both of these can be divided by 3, 44 cannot be divided by 3, and similarly we can't divide through by x squared because there is no x squared in the 44y to the power of 7. So this fraction here cannot be simplified, whereas the one in the example can, because every single term throughout was divisible by 3 and also divisible by x squared.